Ready?
Yeah.
Lisa and Taylor are getting ready for a unique experience.
So how do you feel?
Nervous. My heart's like bum 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 bum.
The couple is about to brave their phobia of flying
Here we go.
to discover Kauai Island, the wildest island in the Hawaiian archipelago, in the most spectacular way imaginable. It's an experience costing more than $350 a person, local music included. But the view is well worth the price.
A little bit upstream, beautiful group of falls, Kahili.
Much of the island is only accessible by air. These breathtaking landscapes became famous thanks to Hollywood superproductions, and to one film in particular.
They all flow into Jurassic, and you'll see the Mana Vai Opuna Fall.
The highlight of the visit is the 122-meter waterfall from Jurassic Park, a blockbuster by Steven Spielberg.
Wow. It is so beautiful. So beautiful.
So follow me.
This is the only helicopter company authorized to land here.
Wow.
We are in Jurassic Park. It was used in the opening scene of the movie. And they actually landed on the dam right there. You can still see the concrete in the river here. The hurricane actually disrupted the filming and broke off the helipad. And they decided to leave it for history, the piece of concrete there.
I'm looking for dinosaurs. I'm scared a dinosaur's gonna come.
I love it here.
Like Lisa and Taylor, 10 million other tourists cross the Pacific every year to discover this unique place. Volcanic eruptions have faceted this archipelago, composed of 8 islands and about 100 islets. Imposing mountains plunging into the turquoise waters of the ocean, beaches of white sand, and an exceptional climate, making Hawaii a paradise on Earth. 4,000 kilometers west of the California coast, lost in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, it is the most remote state in the Union. Remote, but well guarded. The American military has 11 bases in Hawaii, as well as many training centers. The most well-known is Pearl Harbor, and as the gateway to the Pacific, its location is strategic. The archipelago has 1.5 million inhabitants, who all struggle for the available land. In addition to the military, these dream islands have become a haven for the richest people on Earth, like the powerful GAFAM bosses whose luxurious villas have gradually privatized the coasts.
Same thing with Americans. They want all our lands. If they've gotten it, they took our country, they take our land.
Today, Native Hawaiians have become a minority community and find it hard to compete with those whom they consider as invaders.
We're illegally occupied by America and their military. That's why we got to keep on fighting for our people, fighting for Hawaii.
This is my home, not theirs.
This invasion, in fact, began in the 19th century. The colonists were attracted by the fertile lands and the promise of a new El Dorado. They arrived with their cowboy attitude, their far west mentality, and even with their own cattle. The archipelago still attracts new pioneers who are ready to brave the dangers of the Kilauea volcano in order to find a place on this coveted land.
I'm a Mad Max in Hawaii.
A place so strange that today one of the largest hippie communities in the United States lives here. Far from the stereotypes, we're off to Hawaii, the most disputed group of islands in the Pacific. Also called the Garden Isle, Kauai is famous for its exceptionally well-preserved environment. The island has become an adopted home for super-rich Americans. More sought after than Beverly Hills, More breathtaking than the stylish The Hamptons, this coast has the most opulent villas in the United States.
So this is Cowboy Road above Secret Beach, and this is probably the most expensive real estate in the state of Hawaii, right along this road.
On the local higher-end avenue, Phil Jones manages the rental of a dozen properties.
Okay, don't film the code. Right here, welcome to Hawaii Kai. It's arguably the best home in Hawaii.
And also the most expensive on the islands. In 2017, it was bought for $45 million by an unidentified rich businessman.
Hey Adam, how are you? Good to see you. This is the man of the house. He watches over it all. This is Adam.
Phil has been an agent for luxury properties for 20 years now. And for him, this estate is the most spectacular of them all. In the middle of a tropical garden, there is a 1,000 square meter house built in pure Balinese style.
So this is the master bedroom of Hawaii Kai. Has a king bed, has 2 lanais, both ocean view. There's only 4 bedrooms for in this very large property. And so a maximum of 8 people can stay here.
There's an indoor dining room, an outdoor dining room, a large living room, and in the basement, a fully equipped gym.
This is a Pilates machines. And then down this end is the media room.
And of course, an infinity pool.
What's the price of the night?
The price of this house, so it's $14,000 a night. Over the holiday season, it's $20,000 a night. And, you know, it's quite, what a house, Hawaii Kai. It's not cheap, but it's gorgeous.
It's not cheap, all the more so as the minimum rental period is 7 nights.
Normally, the ocean isn't like that color. It would be really blue. But anyway.
With such stunning landscapes, the island attracts a fair number of celebrities and tech billionaires. Last year, the sales of properties worth more than $10 million was multiplied by 6. But these immense properties are far from pleasing everyone, starting with the locals. A few kilometers away at the golf club, the rather wealthy patrons feel the need for a little exercise. Every Wednesday, Randy and Primrose perform a show. A ukulele for him, and the hula, a traditional Hawaiian dance, for her. Entertaining this fashionable crowd allows this couple to preserve the local culture.
It's like sign language, and our eyes speak to the people or to whoever is connecting with me. So, like sign language, if I make a tree, it looks almost like this beautiful tree here. So, aloha comes from within, and it's displayed well through our hula.
They're members of the native community, the descendants of the first inhabitants of Hawaii. About 150,000 native Hawaiians live in the archipelago. That's barely 10% of the population. Primrose gives them a big smile, even though it was because of the Americans and their dollars that the couple lost everything.
This one, we're going to take an old.
They now live in this modest little house.
How much you need, babe? Oh, we got 3.
It's all that remains of Randy's family inheritance.
Hold the knife. Okay?
They are amongst the last native Hawaiians to still own property in this area of the island. Most of them were forced to sell because of successive property tax hikes.
The family always referred to this as the homestead. But back in the day, my grandmother said that our house was up on the hill behind, and this is where the workers, and they used to have a path here where the children would play. They would go up to the house, come down to the house to play with the workers. But since it's the only thing that we have left, it is our homestead now.
But before losing their land through financial hardships, Native Hawaiians had already lost much through force. For Randy, the United States is solely responsible for these inequalities.
This is the Kue petition, a petition that was sent to the United States of America in 1897, 1898 to protest the annexation of Hawaii. They officially annexed Hawaii over the objections of our queen and our people. And this Kue petition, this is what it states. Petition against annexation. Therefore, we, the undersigned Native Hawaiian citizens and residents of the District of Kauai Island, submit against the annexation of the Hawaiian Islands to the said United States of America in any form or shape. And on this page is David Trask, my great-grandfather, who lived on this land. He signed this document. We did not want it to be annexed by the America, United States, and we are still fighting for that.
It's David against Goliath. But this doesn't discourage them. Like hundreds of other families, Randy and Primrose are fighting to retain their last rights as Native Hawaiians. A fight that's been going on for more than 15 years.
Oh boy, it's so big.
Let's go over to Kepuhi. This place I call somewhere over the rainbow. It's on the Zuckerberg property where our Evie, our Evie bones are.
Far from being a paradise, this place has become a nightmare for them. The tomb of Randy's ancestors is behind the wall of this private estate.
It is 6 foot, but it is legal. But as you can see, you can't see anything except the top of the trees and sky. You no longer can see the land.
Every 100 meters, a signboard reminds them where they can and cannot go. It's the property of an American billionaire. 650 hectares bordering the Pacific Ocean.
It's for all the foreigners coming in, and we're being pushed out.
These huge properties block access to burial grounds, and they also restrict access to the ocean.
But I would normally take you down there, but he's blocking up the ancient path, which I have used all my life. So that's going to be another fight for another day.
A new cause is in sight, because here there is a law concerning access to the coastline. What's more, the couple has formed an association aimed at making this shore public property.
We're so blessed to have at least this, you know? Mahalo, Moana, because they're beautiful.
But Primrose and Randy are not the only ones engaged in this cause. Throughout the Hawaiian Islands, the native people are fighting against the Americans, persona non grata on their islands. Honolulu, the capital of the state, is under high surveillance. On the closed downtown avenues, hundreds of sovereigntists commemorate the day on which the last queen of Hawaii abdicated.
I love our queen. She did so much for us. I will walk for her anytime.
On 17 January 1893, Lili Okolani was forced to abdicate following a coup led by a group of American missionaries. This date marked the end of an independent Hawaiian kingdom.
We're illegally occupied by America and their military, and our queen was imprisoned in her own home, in her palace. Not too much people know about this, and people need to be educated about why we've been fighting against them, why there's a lot of animosity between Hawaii and America, right? It's because of what happened, 129 years ago. So
Hawaii became an American protectorate, and on 21 August 1959, it became the last and 50th state of the United States. But a large part of the population never accepted the annexation of the archipelago.
I consider I'm not an American. I am a Kanaka Maoli, I'm a Hawaiian,
We hope that the government understands that we want our people to be recognized and have rights for our people.
In the 19th century, Hawaiians lost their independence, their ancestral mode of life, and their wealth. At the very same time, the first colonists were gaining ground. On Maui, an island in the center of the archipelago, these vast plains might be something out of the far west. It's not commonly known, but Hawaii is a land of cowboys. It has some of the largest ranches in the United States. Moira is the fourth generation to run Kaunulu Ranch. She and her husband Ken manage 4,000 head of cattle.
Okay. This year they'll get bred.
No, next year.
Next year.
They were only born in April.
These are the ones we branded in July.
Okay.
Their 17-year-old son Daniel was practically born wearing a Stetson.
Do you call yourself a cowboy?
I'd like to think I'm a cowboy, yeah. Yeah, I rope, do the part, look the part. I try to act the part as well, being kind to our elders and stuff.
Those ones over there are beautiful.
Yeah.
The presence of cowboys in Hawaii is not recent, and it is a bit of a fluke.
Herbert Vancouver had gifted the King of Hawaii cattle, and then the king put a kapu. You couldn't touch the cattle. Well, the cattle bred and became pretty prolific, and then started becoming a nuisance.
In the 19th century, the king brought cowboys to the islands to teach Hawaiians how to maintain the proliferation of cattle.
So when you pick your 10, just pick don't pick any blacks. Try pick the orange and the...
At the time, the notion of private property did not exist. All the land belonged to the king. But with the influx of colonists, the monarchy decided to break this tradition. A third of the land was retained by the king, a third distributed among the tribal leaders, and a third was sold to foreigners for next to nothing. Consequently, first colonist families amassed huge domains.
We go from above the cloud line all the way down to the ocean, and we're continuous.
40 square kilometers, larger than a small town. And over time, successive generations managed to keep these estates.
So this is the original owner of the ranch, Harold. They called him Pop Rice. He was a big man. And so he bought the ranch originally in 1916. This is my grandpa, Oski Rice.
Along with their knowledge of herding cattle, the first cowboys also brought along their favorite sport.
I was roping in Oklahoma with a friend of mine, team roping, right here.
Ken was also an excellent rodeo performer.
And Ken, you stopped riding.
Yeah, I stopped that in about 1992. It's a young man's sport, but your body can only do that for so long.
And today, thanks to his son, the family tradition is ensured. Every month, he dons his fringed pants and spurs. You might think that you are in Texas, but this rodeo is in Hawaii.
Right, get to the front, get to the front.
Good job, Cowboy.
a small corner of America, right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean. As on the mainland, the show begins with the national anthem. This arena belongs to Kin and Moira, who've loaned it for the competition.
And we are ready for JCJ. JCJ Clark, you are next.
The competitors are the students and members of the Hawaiian High School Rodeo Association. It trains future rodeo champions. Apprenticeship begins at age 4.
You ready? I am. You should see this.
Ken and Moira's son, Daniel, goes there.
Friends, kids? No. You should have seen the steers yesterday. What you guys was practicing on? I tried. Charlie didn't catch one. Dead serious.
This afternoon, the young man is playing for high stakes. It's one of the last rodeos of his school years.
All right, kids, heads up, come up here. I want you guys to have a great day, have fun. It's a beautiful day to be here, and see you in the arena.
Chuck is the director of the school.
Oh. Today's an important day for the kids because it's getting towards the end of our season, and there's a lot of points up for grab. Hopefully they do well today.
Obtaining the best score possible will allow them to enter the national finals. Most of them dream of becoming the next Luke Jones, a several times world champion and rodeo superstar.
So what do you think about the Hawaiian rodeo today?
I tell you what, I've been really impressed with the horses and the kids and everything. It's been very good watching.
Let's go get them, Sparkles.
In a rodeo, there are several different events. One of them consists of roping a calf with a lasso. It's Daniel's favorite event.
Tie. Oh, kicking little booger.
For these families, it's a proud moment when their children are successful in an event.
Tough calf. That was a tough calf, but they did good. They're leading it.
And a proud papa. Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I was hoping for. Would have really been bad if they took up golf.
Cowboys have become a fully fledged part of Hawaiian culture.
Say, good job, Daniel.
I'm very happy with his performance today in some of his events. He's a really great kid, and at the end of the day, pulled it out and did well.
Finally.
Good job.
Rodeo is not native to the islands, but Hawaii is the birthplace of one of the most popular sports in the world. It's impossible to speak about Hawaii without mentioning surfing. For centuries, Hawaiians have been battling the most dangerous waves, such as Pipeline. A 6-meter-high wall of water. Every winter, the world's top surfers come here. Hawaii's beaches are amongst the most beautiful in the Pacific. But another attraction also brings hundreds of thousands of tourists to Hawaii every year. Big Island is the archipelago's largest. Dan, a Ukrainian, is taking tourists on a tour.
It doesn't matter how many times I drive here, it's always magic.
Here, the roads have a special attraction that's found nowhere else.
So this is that dead end. No more road. That's what lava does.
Lava gives and lava takes. That's what we say here. Yeah.
Kilauea volcano is one of the most active in the world, and each new eruption radically changes the island's landscape. Lava flows have created large expanses of land that extend into the sea, swallowing up everything in their way. It's a hostile land.
For me, it's like the moon. You know, you're on the moon, you're on a different planet. You ever seen a movie, Mad Max? So it's kind of the scene of Mad Max. You know.
In 1990, there was a village here with luxuriant vegetation. Although the volcano destroyed everything, people decided to rebuild their homes here.
Everything what you see here, it's all, you know, the roads and everything is made by, you know, the people that live here. So government is not really, you know, doing the roads. We ourselves, we do the roads.
Each new arrival bought a plot of land. Here, land costs 12 times less than anywhere else in Hawaii. Dan bought a plot of the lava to build a youth hostel on. 10 rooms on stilts.
Держу здесь. На линию там. Ну, вон. Сейчас, да.
With the help of his nephews, he works from the comfort of his hotel.
This is going to be the gym, for a workout gym. And then on top, it's going to be the area to meditate. So I build everything you see here, I build myself with these 2 hands.
Dan is a house builder, and yet he understands that here, everything is ephemeral.
2018, you could see the lava streak going down. And it took out, you know, a lot of houses and, you know, people are starting rebuilding again. I'm not afraid. If it comes, like I say, you know, we just sit back, smoke a cigar, and just look till we evacuate. But it's not, it does not scare me, you know. It's the...
Having a hotel on lava involves sacrifices. Dan and Marisa, his 31-year-old German associate, are trying to explain this to visiting tourists.
Aloha! Did you arrive good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Then just come with me.
And your dry food, you can...
Sam has come straight from Montana.
Since the lava went over this place here, and we built on top of the lava, here no electricity pipes, poles, no water pipes, no gas pipes, and but we brought everything here. We brought even the Wi-Fi here, so don't worry. So you're here.
Electricity is supplied by solar panels. The water is captured rainwater. With hot showers, a shared kitchen,
Okay, and we have a freezer and the fridge.
and an outside living space. It's not a palace, but that doesn't frighten Sam.
And then here we have a little hangout spot.
I thought it'd be really cool to stay on a part of the island I've never stayed on, so I was looking for places in Kalapana, and I found the hostel. So this is pretty cool.
He came here especially to observe a rare sight.
And there's the volcano Kilauea, which is erupting right now. Are you planning to go up there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I've really wanted to see the lava.
Okay.
The lava lake.
Okay, then you're here on the right spot. So.
Kilauea National Park welcomes 1.4 million tourists a year. Dan and Marisa bring their guests there regularly.
Wow, look at that.
Very amazing.
Now there's one way over towards the
Yeah,
right
on the
edge.
right side, I see. Yeah.
Yeah. I didn't see that one.
People are coming from where?
All over the world, just to see that, yeah, from all over the world.
Very powerful energy.
Here, the volcano is so much a part of everyday life that there's no need for a guide or a volcanologist. Open to all, the volcano itself provides the show. And when the night falls, it's at its most spectacular.
Well, the hotspot's pretty cool. It's like all the energy of the earth kind of coming to the surface.
Most of these visitors wouldn't be willing to live next to an active volcano. But there are people that have made that very choice. Living to the rhythm of the earth and connecting with its energy, is a philosophy that attracts a very special community. For 40 years, hippies have been living on these new lands. Big Island may be lost in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, but it's home to one of the largest beatnik communities in the United States.
We're going to give thanks to Creator, Source, Spirit, whatever you want to call it, for giving us life and this root life.
For those of like mind, there's one crucial event that takes place once a month, the Sunday Kahina Beach Party.
So this is the beach. See, people are not going to like it. You guys could record me from there. I don't know if they like it down there. So.
Kahina Beach is one of the last easily accessible beaches on this part of the island. The others have all been covered by lava flows. The people of Hawaii are traditionally rather modest, but during these parties, nudity is the norm for one and all. These hippies live every day as if it were their last.
Yeah, you do have to know, like, any second you might have to change your whole life up. So it's like, what's essential? Like, what do I need? I need food, gasoline, and a car, and to be outside. Find somewhere like, it's crazy how little you need here. It's crazy. You just get by, the less you need, you have everything. It's cheesy, but life's cheesy, it's true.
Here, the consumption of certain substances is rife.
Hey, you guys smoke? Smoke?
Yeah.
I got grip. I got buzz ball.
You've been smoking this.
Yeah, we've been smoking.
You need more?
No, we're good.
I got better.
But everybody enjoying themselves.
Hey, listen, there's nothing other than that. There are ships right there flying shit.
Nobody knows.
In Hawaii, only the therapeutic consumption of marijuana is legal. A year ago, the police raided the beach and issued 123 citations for obscenity, drug abuse, and the consumption of alcohol. Such excesses tend to exasperate the native population. For native Hawaiians, the new arrivals have gradually cut themselves off from society. Between the 10 million tourists to be lodged every year and the heavy military presence, there's not much housing left for the locals. And it's in Honolulu, the state capital of almost 340,000 inhabitants, that these inequalities are most visible. The price of real estate increased by 20% last year. Galloping inflation has put many in the streets. And a quarter of Honolulu's homeless are native Hawaiians. Rob Perez is a journalist for the Honolulu Star-Advertiser, the island's leading daily paper. He's written many articles about the scandalous living conditions of the native islanders, people like Luisa.
Aloha! How are you? It's nice to see you again.
Oh, you of course.
Louisa is 62 years old and lives in this tent by the side of the road. 3 square meters is all that remains of her entire life.
This is my bed where I lay down to sleep. This is where I can cook. So I got like my room, my kitchen, my living room all together. This is the umbrella, like if the rain comes from this direction, and I just put it up, block this side. And then if it comes on this end, then I just go ahead and I face my umbrella that way, opened.
30 years with no real roof over her head. Today, with a meager retirement of around $800 a month, she still can't afford lodgings.
The non-Hawaiians own lots of land here, and a lot of native Hawaiians own no land here. What do you think of that?
It should be the other way around. We should be given a chance. Not because what my income is. It's because who I am.
As a native Hawaiian, Louisa is eligible for a home ownership program. She has been on the waiting list for 20 years.
Our departments are developing a small number of homestead lots, yet the 28,700 on the wait list every year it keeps growing and growing and growing.
So if I'm Native Hawaiian and there's these homes, Hawaiian homes for us, so be it.
This housing policy aid for Native Hawaiians has been a bitter failure. Louisa hasn't a hope of ever having access to one of these homes, even though this program was designed to repair such injustices.
Stay dry and stay safe.
Yes.
and I'll see you again soon.
The American government has acknowledged that Native Hawaiians were wronged following annexation. The federal administration has, therefore, decided to transfer some of its lands to Native Hawaiians to be used for housing projects. But only 8,000 houses, like this one, have been built. At this rate, it will take 182 years to lodge those waiting. The reason the program is taking so long is that it's difficult to find available land.
This is a former Navy air base. So this is where all the big construction trucks enter, and all inside there is where they're redeveloping the land there, and then it will eventually turn into housing.
400 houses are being built on this former military base, yet all are destined for the private sector. The Native rehousing program should have had priority, but the administration decided otherwise.
They could have been developing housing for the beneficiaries on the wait list, but the trust never got the opportunity. It was never offered this land because of the special legislation that Congress approved that allowed this land to be essentially sold to a private developer.
Rob brought this scandal to light by going through more than 600 pages of a finance law, a cunning ruse that might have otherwise gone unnoticed.
The trust administration itself wasn't aware at the time that was happening and wasn't aware about this practice until we discovered it and disclosed it, asked them for comment.
His investigation revealed that, over the past few years, a total of 40 plots had been misappropriated by the federal administration. 2,000 Native Hawaiians died before ever having been granted housing. In Hawaii, the homeless can be seen everywhere on the streets, but the American military is much less conspicuous. Hawaii's geographical position in the Pacific makes it a strategic location. The archipelago has 11 military bases, including the famous base of Pearl Harbor. The attack on Pearl Harbor on 7 December 1941 brought the United States into the Second World War. But there's more than one memorial from this time. The Navy, the Army, and the Air Force are all stationed in Hawaii. The military personnel and their families account for nearly 250,000 people. In the streets, no uniforms are seen. The military personnel live in closed compounds and dress in civilian clothing when off base. This avoids trouble with the locals. Because this massive military presence has fueled growing hostility over the last few years and has strengthened the sovereignty movement. The island of Oahu is the economic center of the archipelago. Kalahua Krug is a warrior. The United States almost destroyed Hawaiian culture, so he decided to save it on his very own skin. He speaks Hawaiian. Before 1986, it was forbidden to speak Hawaiian in schools. Other traditions almost died as well, such as kakao, the ancestral art of tattooing.
Yeah, so this is the bone in the wing. So it's the bigger bone, and that's kind of how we make tools like this.
These tools are replicas of those used 2,000 years ago. Kalahua is a master of this art and has been training his son for years now.
It is very challenging. There's a lot of pressure because it's all permanent and stuff. Can't really wash this off. It's not been practiced for over almost 100 years or a couple generations. And you can't really, because it's so sacred, it's not in any newspapers. So there's not too much research on it. It's mostly elders that kind of saw it maybe once or twice and then have them explain it, tattoo in front of them, and kind of see if it matches what they recall when they were small.
Each pattern has a meaning.
Can you like push it?
Good job, good work. It's a lizard clan family, and so many of my designs have to do with lizard. Any design on the head, it's about being able to conduct leadership roles, organization. Our people use that to mark responsibility. Yeah.
The next day, Kalahua has an important task to fulfill. He has to ensure that the voice of the Hawaiians is heard in the face of one of their worst enemies, the American Army. The majestic Makua Valley in the north of Oahu. For 70 years, the American military used 1,700 hectares of this land as a training ground and firing range. Today, Native Hawaiians want this land back. Early in the morning, Kalahua and his family have a meeting with other activists. We're using a hidden camera.
The word makua means parent in Hawaiian. And so it's like the concept of this place is a place of healing, it's a place of birth, regeneration, and we treat this valley like it's a mother.
When the American Army took over this valley in 1949, it agreed to give the land back to the inhabitants at the end of 6 months. But the dozen families who were expulsed have never returned.
There was a major occupation here. So they were using some of the different religious cultural sites as targets. So it would be like if we had a church built in here that was a Hawaiian church, like a heiau. They were targeting that and bombing it because it was just easy for them to use that as target practice.
Kalahua wants to be able to provide Congressman Kai Kahele with evidence of Army abuse. The meeting was supervised by these soldiers dressed in civilian clothes.
You will be escorted by Army personnel to ensure safety rules and procedures are followed. You must follow their direction and stay within Army-approved areas and on Army-approved trails and roads. Going outside of approved areas puts you at an elevated safety risk.
The congressman is to report to Congress on the future of these lands. Will they remain under Army control or be given back to Native Hawaiians? Congressman Kahele was, in fact, born in Hawaii. A soldier leads the way. There may still be explosives on the terrain. When Hawaii became an American state, the Army negotiated a lease on the use of this valley, a symbolic $1 for 65 years. The lease expires in 2029.
And I'm glad that it's finally time for the Army to return this land, and it's certainly time for the state to refuse any renewal of the leases. So we hope that you will all support that. And if they try to condemn the land, and that is a concern, we hope that our representatives in Congress will say, oh, ole. Thanks.
Kaikihele actually served in the U.S. Air Force, but today he is on the side of these activists.
It needs to be returned to the people of Hawaii.
Why?
You know, it's time. You know, these lands, as we saw today, is very, very sacred and important to the people of Hawaii. It's been clearly not taken care of throughout 70, 80 years of military use.
It's what you are going to say to the Congress.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We have to start somewhere. This is just one step in that continued process of healing the generational trauma that exists here in this valley and throughout the Hawaiian Islands.
We'll take pictures.
Since then, he has proposed a law that would give the land back to Native Hawaiians and, moreover, that would require the Army to depollute the area.
If Hawaiians are still on the face of the earth, we will keep fighting until we get our land back. And we'll never stop until humanity doesn't exist.
In 1993, President Clinton apologized in the name of the United States for having annexed Hawaii by force. Since then, more and more people have been speaking up for Native Hawaiians to be recognized and to be awarded compensation.